Hi, everybody. This is Heather Nichols here with some lovely and amazing ladies from Vancouver Island and Victoria, Canada. And we're actually creating a Being You one day adventure class in Victoria. And I've got a bunch of them going on all over in a couple weeks. And just wanted to actually get together and have a little chat about being you. It's such a big topic. It's a very broad, sweeping sort of phrase. And I just recently became a Being You facilitator, certified facilitator, which is a specialty class in access consciousness. And I'm so happy and just delighted to be facilitating this work. And we thought we would just pop on and have a little chat that we could record and share with you all about being you. And it was so cool because we actually just chatted a little bit before we started the recording. And it was like, well, what should we talk about? And everybody had something really, really cool and really, really different to say about being you. I know for me, it's sort of this, when I'm really being me, there's just so much more ease in my life and everything that I'm doing and creating and choosing and being and that's sort of at the hub of it, I would say, for me. And just wanted to dive in a little bit and see. I wonder where we'll go with this quickie conversation. So I'm here with Cass Hepburn, Carolyn Sinclair, and Christine Yole. And hi, guys.
I love it. I love being in the question of, if I was being me in relationship, how would I be? Who would I be? If I was being me with money, it's coming out of all those places and spaces where I would be acting like someone else, like do it like my dad did it, or not like my dad, like my mom, not like my mom, whatever anyone I decided was successful or had done it right or knew what the best thing was, is coming off of those places of mimicking into true choice.
Yeah, that's so true. And it's cool because in a way there isn't actually there isn't really like a roadmap for this conversation. Like we, in so many ways we've been really discouraged from being us and everything in this reality and all of the the big areas of life and just in everything that we're doing and being and creating. And so I guess in a way maybe there's something pretty cool about that. we've been taught not to be but we also don't have a lot of ideas in our heads necessarily about what is required in order to be you. It's sort of a new conversation for a lot of people. I love that. There's so much possibility there.
It's more curiosity.
Yeah.
Than answer, right? And so often we've tried to get it right or get to this is who I am and this is who I'm not, and it's definitive and there's no space. And we're like, well, that's not fun. I would like that sense of space and a new adventure every day and get to wake up and go, who am I today? Instead of I already know and I've already decided and that's that, right? We're going, I want something different than what's ever been before now. And what would it take? And to be surrounded, by people who are going, yeah, who can I be now? Instead of each of us going, you're this, you're that, you're like this, you like that, you don't like that. Something just new that's never been done. That's what is exciting.
Yeah. And also new and repeat, like when we were children. And the simple thing about running around in the grass with our bare feet and playing. When did we lose that joy of just existing? How many, I remember the days of getting up in the morning and it's just like, well, same old, and not really knowing how to change that. And so instead of now being in the space of oh, everything is joy. And people look at me like, whoa, what are you about? And I'm like, and life is fun and it's joyful and we lose that. And so what if we could choose that again and just every day have joy? And Cass, you were talking about all of the stuff that's around in the world today, and we get overwhelmed.
Well, and we think that we can't do anything about it. And we look at it's just me, and looking at me as in not really the being me. Or we feel guilty because we're not going and standing on the front line somewhere and saying no. And yet, what are the other possibilities? What we saw with what Dain created with Standing Rock and gathering people together and creating something completely different. So, yeah.
I was just, for those of you who don't know what Cass is referring to, Dain Heer, who's the creator of this work, Being You Changing the World, did a Facebook Live video with about 700 people that were live and a lot of people that watched it later to try to change what was going on at Standing Rock. And lo and behold, today we got some really good news about how they didn't get their permit to do what they wanted to do. And
well, and it was the day after that we did that the veterans, the information on the veterans coming and standing in the front lines first came out.
Yeah.
So we're really excited.
The point is, like, I mean, there's lots of points, or there's no points, but but like, I love that. It's like, that's what, to me, what is so magical about this conversation and these classes is that it's like, as you expand into being, you expand possibilities, you expand space, you expand consciousness, even into the lives of people that aren't choosing it. And this is something that I find so cool and fascinating and amazing about how this stuff works, is that there's nothing you can change in the world by sort of like going head on. Like if there's like a relationship that you'd like to change, let's just say, for example, it's like going, like attacking that person or even just wanting them to change, even if it doesn't feel like you're attacking them, it's like, that's not actually going to create change. And what I've seen more and more every day, and even just, I just took a 3.5-day Being You Changing the World class with Dain Heer, and oh my gosh, I'm like, this is one of my favorite classes. Like, the way that it expands everything is so dynamic. And there's this sense in my world after that of being so much more of me, having so much more of the joy and the wonder and the play that Carolyn was talking about. And really just a sense of like, almost like the tools and the capacities that are non-verbal and non-linear, to expand my being and my presence in the world to such a degree that I can create change just by being, having more allowance for people. That's one of the greatest ways to create change. And if you're more you, and you have more access to you, and more intimacy with you, and more allowance with you, you can have that with other people. And
it's inspiring other people. If we choose that for us, then that's basically giving everyone the inspiration, but also kind of like the permission to do the same. And we're so excited about you coming, Heather, because when people say, well, how do I choose being more of me? Well, that's
come with us.
We're going to spend the whole day, like, not just, I was going to say talking about it, but not really talking about it. Like, yes, and, these classes are very energetic. So there's a lot that goes on way beyond words and around.
That's what's so cool. It's just the acknowledgement of something different, acknowledgement of you. And when we're seen, it's kind of like we can't hide anymore. If someone really sees you and you're like, oh, they saw me. Okay, well, it must have something that I haven't acknowledged yet, and then we can, with more ease, step into it. It's like being around people who have your back, or who are willing to ask you a question and not give you an answer. Like, that's such a gift that so often we haven't been given, and what can that create? And just the acknowledgement of the presence and the energy that so few people may have even pointed to.
Yeah.
And I get, like, something that's so cool about this is that everybody has different awareness and information, even if you don't think you do, about being you, about what being is, and what it's like, and what you can create in the world. And so it's so cool, like, even in this conversation, it's like, oh my gosh, there's all these different cool things being thrown into the mix. But it comes from our uniqueness and our unique point of view and perspective on things. And so it's so fun to have these conversations and to really get to dive in and explore what that is for everybody. And I love you, Christine, about the acknowledgement, and because really, like, this is something that doesn't exist in this reality. Like, we were saying before, the conversation of being you is not a conversation that's dominant or prominent or even really exists in this reality. And so just even sort of looking at it, like shining the light of your awareness on it and getting curious about, well, what would it actually be like if I was really being me? And who am I really? And what am I? And what possibilities am I? And what consciousness am I? And even just the curiosity of that, it does this, like it substantiates that energy, and it expands it, and it gives you greater access to it. And I think that one of the things that I've been noticing since I got back from this Being You class is just like the relaxation and the gratitude and the joy and the ease in my world is like so much greater than it's ever been. And it doesn't, necessarily have it doesn't have a lot of words or like definition to it, but it's just this sense of like the other day I went, wow, there's so much gratitude in my world. And that's an energy that I've really been asking for more of, but I didn't have I was like, I'm going to choose more gratitude, and it was sort of like, okay, but all of a sudden I just went, oh no, it's actually, it's like way greater than it's ever been. And that's such a narrative, one of many.
Well, and you just mentioned, you have greater relaxation, joy, and gratitude. And how many of us are looking for that, know that we should have it, but how?
Yeah.
And where does that come from, and how can we change that? And I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like, I'm so glad you said that, because it's like, if you look at like wherever your attention is going, if we are placing our attention on like, oh, I don't feel it. Like for me, I know with the gratitude piece, it was like, I used to go, well, I don't feel like I have the kind of gratitude that I really could have, like, or that I should have, or whatever that I'd like to have, and I was sort of looking like the absence of it, and now it's just like the space of being actually just expands the space of that. And it's like, oh, there it is. And I didn't have to know how. I just chose and I got rid of a lot of the stuff that was not me. And that's what's so great about all the clearings that we do, is just getting rid of the goo and the poo.
And I think there's so many people too that have kept trying to fit into so many different places and never really found a place they fit, because they were trying to be like a chameleon with everybody else. And to be able to actually be, that it's okay to be who you are, and to uncover that and get all the poo off. What a huge gift that is.
Yeah. It really does change everything.
Yeah.
So, come to Victoria.
Come to Victoria.
Yes.
We'll still have flowers.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah. were roses today when I went walking.
Wow. I was telling Christine today, like the earth there has, I mean, you guys know this too, but just, it's been like inviting me for a long time. And this feels like the most delicious class to do in such a stunningly beautiful and just like spacious, energetically place. And I feel like I've been like talking to the whales in the ocean and the earth spirits and just the land there, and really, really excited to bring that piece in as well to what we're creating. To me, it feels like a huge part of the conversation of being is, what is our connection to the earth, and what contribution can the earth be to us, and can we be to the earth that would expand that for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I wonder how many of us can gather and really, as we choose to be, the separation, the walls of separation come down, and then we can actually receive the gift of the earth and acknowledge that the earth is actually grateful for us being. And that is something we can't even sense until those walls of separation come down, and that's where the magic is. And so I'm just excited to gather, and I invite everyone who's drawn to this now to show up and say yes.
Yeah.
And be in that curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah. So if you guys would like to come and play with us, it's this class in Victoria is Sunday, December. It's the 18th, right? I was mixing up. Yeah, December 18th. Great, just space to come and relax and chill out before Christmas if you do Christmas.
Mm-hmm. And Victoria is beautiful at Christmas, especially around where Carolyn lives. It's the Christmas lights and everything. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And the deer walking by every day.
Yeah.
But we're still only a block away from great restaurants, so it's all good.
Yeah.
That's terrible. So you can go to heathernichols.com is my website, and on the class schedule page is the link to register. You can also look at up on the accessconsciousness.com website, and let any of us know if you have any questions. So yeah, I really look forward to it. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here. And I feel like we just had a little bit of foreplay for it's going to be continued.
Nice.
Imagine what it would be for a whole day.
Yes.
Wow. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Love to see you.